I just want to get my thoughts across towards Warframe. The point of this video is to serve as a starter guide. Don't worry, I can't spoil much, I'm way too early into the game right now. So if you're interested in Warframe and you want a summary without the game being spoiled, then continue watching. If you are an experienced player, let me know in the comments below if you think I've got anything wrong or should have mentioned. So, okay, let's begin. Note, by the time I'm making this video, I'm only on Master Rank 4, so that's how much of a scrub I am. So, what Warframe is, to put it plain and simple, is a live service game looter shooter akin to other live service games like Destiny. What makes Warframe different from other live service games is, by minimum, it's semi-consumer friendly. What I mean by that, not everything is hidden by paywalls. All the expansions are available by playing the game. Microtransactions aren't in your face constantly. Nearly everything can be earned by playing the game, apart from platinum, but that's not really an issue if you're willing to farm the game out. And also, platinum can be earned by trading. The game doesn't try to retain retention when playing or by making anything in the foundry, for example. And when making a Warframe, it takes days to complete a single Warframe, but, well, yeah, it can take, I think, 2 days to complete a single Warframe, but you can bypass the time by continuing to play other aspects of the game, or do something else, or you could use your starting platinum, but why would you do that? To get my thoughts, let's go back. In the beginning, I tried Warframe a few months back. It was more like 2 years ago. I played it for around 15 minutes, assumed that it was just going to be another generic free-to-play live service, riddled with microtransactions, paywalls, and thinking that I was just going to get duped, so I uninstalled. Jumping to 2026, I found a few videos on Warframe to get a bit more context, trying to be a bit more open-minded about the game, and one of my friends, who is a lot further into the game than me, say it's become one of their best games of all time. So I'm looking forward to progressing and seeing what all the fuss is about later on in the later expansions. When I said I don't know anything, I mean in the terms of the story. I know the basics like the Tenno. It's important to understand who the Tenno are, because otherwise you would be a bit lost following the main story. So the Tenno are children that have space magic that pilot human-sized space mech ninjas known as Warframes that they sort of possess with their weird space magic. That's the bare bones of what Warframes are. There you go. Simple. By the time of this video, 65 Warframes are in the game right now, including the Warframes from Jade Constellations. These Warframes have their own unique playstyle for you to farm for. Example, I'm working to get Valkyrie, because I'm told she's very melee based, and I like how smooth the melee and the movement system is in this game. Speaking of the movement system, what I was surprised at was how smooth it was. Being able to zip around the map, treating this game as an ADHD ridden slip and slide as I hack and slash the nearest able bodied mob. I did say it's a looter shooter, but the melee is just so satisfying. It's something to turn your brain off to. I pick Volt as my starting Warframe, as you can see from the B-roll footage, because I guess I like the aesthetic. Lightning or electric based characters are some of my favourite in fiction. So, as well as hack and slashing, I occasionally do remember my abilities, zapping the mobs that group together like I'm a Sith Lord from Star Wars. You are able to unlock the other two starting Warframes later on. Depending who you pick, they are Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Excalibur is a very sword orientated Warframe, using a lot of melee based abilities and attacks. Volt uses electric based attacks with high mobility and speed. Mag uses magnetism used for crowd control, defense, using high shield survivability. Basically, in fantasy class terms, Excalibur is the knight slash paladin, Volt is the rogue, while Mag is the mage. What I found crucial to the game's mechanics are mods. When getting into the game as a new player, I recommend understanding the mod system because they are your upgrades for your weapons and warframes. What are the most useful starting out? It might be different for you depending on who you picked, but vitality, redirection, steel fiber, and flow are good mods for your starting frames, and that are just clear upgrades. Another thing to look out for is weapon mods and prioritizing critical damage and status damage. To put it plain and simple as possible, if your starting weapon has a higher critical chance damage percentage than your status, use mods that increase critical chance. While if you're using a weapon that has an overall higher percentage in status, then I recommend using mods that boost element and status. Last thing, I recommend when recycling duplicate mods in your inventory, never sell the mods, always dissolve them into endo. Okay, that is it on a video for Starter Guide to Warframe. Do the regular YouTube stuff and comment down below on your thoughts as well. See ya.